Tuesday, July 16, 2024, at approximately 1:10 p.m., 13 uniformed Columbus Division of Police officers from Ohio that were assigned to a bicycle patrol were briefing with their supervision in their assigned zone. The brief was taking place west of 14th and Valete on the 1400 block of West Valete Street. The officers observed a subject armed with a knife in each hand engaged in an altercation with another unarmed individual. The officers identified themselves as police officers and made several commands to the suspect to drop the knife. The subject refused these commands and charged at the other individual with the knives. At this time, several officers discharged their firearms, subsequently striking the suspect. The suspect is a 43-year-old man who sustained fatal injuries. There were no other reported injuries. 2 knives were recovered from the scene. The officers involved in this incident are from the Columbus Division of Police. The Milwaukee Area Investigative Team will be investigating this incident. The Greenfield Police Department will be the lead law enforcement agency in this investigation. This is a fluid and ongoing investigation. Body-worn camera video will be released in accordance to Columbus Division of Police policy.
So, Chief, you're saying that they
operate in this area as police officers?
So, Chief, you're saying that they were not on patrol at that time? They were not working for the RNC? They were just getting a briefing? Can you explain that a little better?
So basically, we're talking over what the daily events were in regards to this, their patrol.
I have a question. Knowing that this is an area of high homeless population, Street Angels, who's out here, says that MPD knows how to deal with these individuals if there's mental health issues. Are you concerned that there wasn't an MPD officer with these out-of-town officers that don't even know this area?
So it's always important for us to make sure that they give an understanding where they are to be looking out for areas of concern. They have been here for a couple of days and understanding that there was something that happened right in front of them. At the time, they were talking to each other and this incident unfolded in them. In fact, this is a situation where somebody's life was in immediate danger. Again, 2 knives were recovered from this particular situation. Someone's life was in danger. These officers, who are not from this area, took upon themselves to act to save someone's life today.
Why were they unsupervised by MPD? How many Columbus officers are here, and will the Columbus Police Department remain involved in the RNC security detail?
We are looking that over. I don't know the exact number of Columbus officers here, but I do know that we are talking with their particular department and determine what the next steps are.
Chief, was this a special one of the residents' questions? De-escalation tactics, de-escalation unit?
So this was an individual part of what was considered a BERT, which is the a demonstration response type of team, but they were, again, talking to each other in regards to the day's events. And at this time, the events unfolded them. They chose to act.
Chief, are there other outside law enforcement agencies beyond District 43?
So we do have areas of responsibility around the particular incident, the conference right now, but that's all part of, again, looking for areas of concern.
As part of preparation for the RNC, is mental health training part of communication from MPD to some of the more than 100 agencies outside this area?
So we have a number of different things that we talked about in regards to our expectations, but again, there's a number of things I can't speak to specifically in regards to what we asked or talked about, but we have gave them some type of a briefing when they came into the town and ensure that we have an understanding of what we expect from them.
Chief, the individual was identified as Samuel Sharp Jr. Is that name correct?
I can't confirm that at this time.
Chief, are these officers wearing body cameras?
Yes, they are. Yes, they were.
When you said the body camera will be released in accordance with the policy, I know that policy was suspended during the RNC, so do you mean it will be released afterwards? Or because the policy is 10 days, right?
So again, this is going to be according to Columbus Police Department policy, and I'm aware that there will be some due diligence in releasing this soon.
So how
Chief, for those of
I
us
can't speak on that.
Chief, for those of us
Can
that
you
don't
confirm it was 5 officers who discharged the weapon?
What was that?
Can you confirm the number of 5 officers discharged the weapon?
Yes.
Why did it take 5 officers?
Again, the threat was in front of them. They act.
do we know how many officers fired?
Columbus video release policy.
5.
The officers, are they still in town? Are they being questioned? Are they cooperating?
They're actually with our Milwaukee area investigative team, and they actually are cooperating.
Moving forward, as we still have a few more days left of the RNC, are you going to have any MPD officers now out and about with out-of-town officers as they patrol the area?
We are overlooking, or we're going to be reviewing everything in regards to our particular operations.
We'll take one more question.
They were assigned to this area, according to a statement from their police department. What are they specifically doing in this area?
So there are a number of different areas connected to the particular RNC. This is areas of concern that they were going to be responding to. That's just part of the practice in regards to our patrol areas.
Is it because there was a protest?
Thank you.
here yesterday?
Keep us safe. I don't feel safe.
That's Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman